So I think that curation is an important part of the overall inbound marketing strategy. So certainly you need some of your own original content, but adding to that mix a lot of curated content as well can be really important. I mean, it's going to be hard to create enough of your own original content to be able to tweet, 15 to 20 times a day, and you really can tweet that often because the shelf life of tweets is so short. So having curated content that you can publish within social media and other places helps just have you, have more that people you can publish out to your audience and more things that they're going to be interested in.
I think it can play two distinct roles, and actually I'll tell you how I use it just as an example with my work at MarketingProfs. I use it to listen. I think that's a really key piece of curation. So in other words, seeing what else people are publishing, what's being said, what are the hot buttons for marketers. It's kind of a way to prospect socially, prospect through your content to create more content that's engaging. So it's really using it for research, for listening, tapping into conversations that are happening and hearing what other people are talking about. And by the way, that's something that I did in my former career as a journalist, and it's something that I do now too as a chief content officer. And then secondly, I think it's a great way, or curation is a way to share information, to take the best of what you're hearing, to take the best of what's being brought to you or what you're gathering, and share it with your audience. My favorite way of using curation is when you don't just share something, but you say why you're sharing it. Why is this important? Why is this something that you have to pay attention to? So it's not just about curating links or curating content to then just share without any commentary. I think if the value add is when you say why this is important, why this matters.
I love curation. I think curation has to be part of a content marketer's program. If you think about it, the goal of a content marketer is to become the subject matter expert, to become the publisher in the field or in the market that they're trying to attract customers and prospects to. So to do that, you can't do it all. So you have to curate the best content from different areas, from different websites, from different blogs, from different publishers, and you have to put that out to your customers and prospects. So curation is a critical piece to any content marketing program. If you look at the publishers, some of the publishers and what they're doing, traditional publishers or online-only publishers, they're doing a lot of curation. With some of the most popular websites today, Huffington Post or even the Drudge Report, what they started on was curation. They started bringing people to a website and then sending them to that information out on the web.
Content curation has become critical for us, and we needed to get some permission to play inside of a new space we were trying to go after. Everyone thinks of Xerox as copiers, and we needed to get above that and start getting them to think about us and the services we provide. So one of the things that we looked to do was to talk to our thought leaders, and instead of just having them write white papers, we were writing articles for a new magazine we were publishing around optimism, which is the theme. But we knew our content wasn't enough, and so we partnered with Forbes to get similar content to help tell the story in a fuller way that we can do it, and to help give us permission to play with our targeted audience. And so now, that's an active part of what we do. It's not just about creating our own content, but how can we curate content that complements it, that supplements it, and that gives our prospective clients a fuller picture.
The opportunity really is, from an ROI standpoint, you can produce much more content and, in a sense, the engagement you're looking for, add value to that relationship, move people through your buying cycle, and ultimately get the payback at a much lower expense.
The potential for curation to impact content marketing success can come in a couple of different ways. One, it depends on what your objective is. So for example, thought leadership is pretty high on my list. One of the, I think, most practical ways to achieve thought leadership presence from a content marketing perspective is through curation. Curating, really becoming the best answer, that's kind of how I describe it. Becoming the best answer for what it is that you stand for. So there are certain topics, certain ideas, things that resonate, we want to resonate with our brand. We can use curation tools or the practice of curation to pull together disparate resources that are occurring in the industry, either in a long, over a period of time or even real time or whatever, so that ultimately people come to know us as being that best answer, the hub, in a hub and spoke sort of model of information sources for that particular thing.